Ravens Rundown coming up in just a few moments from right now. But before we do, later on this week, we're going to do another mailbag show here on the channel. And the only way that you can be a part of the mailbag is if you are subscribed to the Ravens Rundown on YouTube. Go to our community tab, leave your questions there. We'll pick out the best ones and respond later in the week. Subscribe now, youtube.com/RavensTV. That's youtube.com/RavensTV. Tyler Jones here with you. Appreciate you joining us here on the Ravens Rundown, presented by Aura, the all-in-one digital safety company. Start your free 14-day trial now at aura.com/chatsports. We'll tell you more about what they do coming up later on in the show. We have the latest Baltimore Ravens news and rumors. They are spicy, I can tell you that much. But before we get to that, it is 4th of July weekend. One of my favorite weekends of the year is we get to celebrate America here. And you know what? With that being said, if you are an American that loves this country, if you love the fact that we dominated England in 1776, go ahead and like today's video. Show your support. USA, USA. And we'll get started with the show. So, Bleacher Report put out a list of top franchise cornerstones around the National Football League. And before we get to the list, just to kind of explain what this means is guys that represent your team for a very long time, that are the face of that franchise, who you build around is what this means. And here's the top 10 list that they came up with of the most valuable for every team. Patrick Mahomes, number 1 to the Kansas City Chiefs. Josh Allen, Buffalo Bills quarterback at number 2. Joe Burrow at number 3. And Lamar Jackson falls in at number 4. The rest of the list includes Justin Herbert with the Chargers, T.J. Watt with the Steelers, Myles Garrett with the Browns, Nick Bosa with the 49ers, Quentin Nelson, the offensive guard with the Colts, and then Justin Jefferson with Minnesota at number 10. So with that being said, you can see that other people recognize outside of Baltimore circles how valuable Lamar Jackson is to the Baltimore Ravens. That it's not just something where the Ravens community recognizes how big of a piece Lamar Jackson is, but the rest of the league knows how big of a piece he is. And so with that being said, it's time to pay Lamar Jackson. What are you waiting for at this point? I know that Lamar is kind of betting on himself at this point, and that he's trying to get every dollar that he can, especially when you see the money of what these quarterbacks are making elsewhere. But if you're the Ravens, what are you waiting for? Just go ahead and give him an offer that he can't refuse, that he can't say no to. I mean, look, I think it's all pretty clear. We want to see Lamar Jackson be a Raven for life. You want him to be that cornerstone, that face of the franchise for a long time. So why go ahead and play grab ass and wait around and just go ahead and make the decision now that you're going to invest your future with Lamar Jackson? I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. You go back to his MVP season, 36 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, ran for over 1,200 yards, 7 touchdowns on the ground. I mean, those are numbers we talk about for a running back, and he was great running the football on top of his passing game that year, and Lamar Jackson can still be that guy. That guy, I know that he didn't have a great year last year, but the Lamar Jackson we saw that MVP season, the talent and the capabilities are still there. That has not wavered. That has not gone away. So for me, this is an easy call. So I want to hear from the flock. Do you want Lamar to be a Raven for life? Do you want him to play his entire career in a Baltimore Ravens uniform? Let me know in the comment section. Type Y for yes, type in for no. This is our pinned comment today. You're about to get an ad break. Take advantage of it. While the ad's playing, get your votes in. Let me know if you want to see Lamar Jackson be a Raven for life. Y for yes, in for no. Morgan Moses was named by Bleacher Report as one of the most underrated offseason moves by any team. The Ravens brought him in from the New York Jets, where he played last season. Before that, he spent time with the Washington football franchise. And here's what Bleacher Report had to say on the move acquiring Morgan Moses. Finding reliable help at the tackle position is usually a difficult proposition. The Baltimore Ravens found this out last season when they attempted to replace Orlando Brown with Alejandro Villanueva. That's why there should have been dancing in the streets when Baltimore signed Morgan Moses to a 3-year, $15 million contract. Moses is 31 years old, but he hasn't shown signs of aging just yet. He has played in every game since 2015 and only allowed 4 sacks with 3 penalties last season per Pro Football Focus. That's a massive upgrade from the 9 sacks allowed and 11 penalties Villanueva had while trying to switch to right tackle last season. What makes the Moses signing so valuable is just how well he fits with the Ravens scheme. Baltimore is still one of the truly run-heavy teams in the league, and Moses is an excellent run blocker. More on Moses in just a second. Today's show is presented by Aura, the all-in-one digital safety company. You can get near real-time alerts on suspicious inquiries. Keep your identity secure with extensive monitoring of your personal info. Shop, bank, work online more safely and privately. And the best part about it is that you can keep you and your loved ones safe. Up to 5 people per account. And you can start your free trial just for Ravens Rundown viewers right now at aura.com/chatsports. 14 days. See if you like it. If not, I don't know why you wouldn't like it, but go ahead and give it a shot now at Aura. A proud partner here at Chat Sports, one of our newest partners. We're excited to have these guys on board. Check them out today. Protect you and your whole family now. Aura.com/chatsports. So Moses brings more stability to this offensive line. This was a sneaky good signing. I really agree with Bleacher Report on this. You look at the Ravens' offensive line right now, and there's some big changes, comparably speaking, to what it was in 2021. Tyler Linderbaum expected to slide right into the starting center spot. You picked him up with one of your first-round picks, and then you add in Morgan Moses as well. This is going to be a very good group on this offensive line. Going to be a lot of run-heavy schemes that we're going to see with the backs in the Ravens rotation, with getting Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins back this year, in addition to how much Lamar Jackson runs the football here. I think there's reason to be optimistic about this offensive line in 2022. How would you grade the Ravens offensive line? Let me know in the comments section. Put a letter grade on it. A, B, C, D, or F. Let me know one way or the other. A, B, C, D, or F in the comments section below. Now, with that, with seeing so much run in this offense, with being a run-first offense, what we're going to see is that the wide receivers are going to be called upon to block more. Now, I know that this name caused issues for Ravens fans for a long time, but I want you to think of, for a second, all the pain that and havoc that Hines Ward caused defenses. I mean, we saw firsthand with the Ravens taking him on twice a year the impact a receiver can have as a blocker. And now for the Ravens, Rashod Bateman and James Proche talked about what they've learned about blocking from the wide receiver position, how important it is. Let's start out with James Proche, what he had to say as far as blocking goes. It's effort, it's want to, blocking, it's just a fight. Coach Dub, the passing game specialist, Keith Williams, put it into perspective, probably in great perspective. If this dude is blocking you or throwing you around, he's basically saying he could whoop you in a fight. So you can't whoop me, so we're going to block you. That's basically what it is. I love this mentality. And blocking is all about effort, right? You know, we hear all the time, you know, low man wins and how important that is. And when I see this, hear these guys say these things, I get excited, a little, you know, pickup in my step of sorts when I hear wide receivers that are willing to put themselves out there, that will sacrifice their bodies on the line to block like this. To me, that's a good sign, hearing those things from James Proche like that. But Rashod Bateman also spoke about this as well, saying that you're either going to do it or you're not going to do it when you care about your teammates. As a receiver, it's like blocking here and there, but no. Lamar Jackson's our quarterback. We're going to block for him. Whoever's our running back, Gus Edwards, J.K. Dobbins, it doesn't matter. We're going to block for them. it's not about just routes or anything like that. It's that we're receivers. It's part of our job, and that's what we're going to do as well. So, look, hearing these things from Proche and Bateman, it goes back to the identity of Ravens football. I know that we think of the defense and how physical those guys are, but really it's a team mentality of hard-nosed football that you see with this Baltimore Ravens team all around. That it's not just one side of the football. It goes both ways of what John Harbaugh expects from both sides as far as I'm concerned. Look, they have so many talented runners. And, you know, I look at it, you can't just have 5 guys blocking. To complete a play, you got to help from your tight ends, your wide receivers. It's a collective effort. Everyone has to know how to block, and I love seeing the emphasis that these guys have, that they're embracing that role. That, to me, is great. That's great to see from these guys, that they're really putting that on as they get ready for 2022. Before we go, if you made it to the end of today's video, type flock in the comments section. We'd love to hear from you there. Thanks for joining us. Have a great 4th of July weekend here on Ravens Rundown.